program. You'll see parts of that today and over this weekend. They have other wonderful events planned. They have a music program, both classical and modern. Absolutely way above par for high school. I heard the string section rehearsing yesterday, and I must tell you that they are as good as, if not better than, many of the string section I've had the opportunity to work with symphonies across the country. They are absolutely wonderful. The teacher, I didn't get a chance to meet her, but she was saying all the right things to the young musicians in terms of preparing them for what they would run into in the great big ugly world of music out there. A wonderful teacher. I then had the opportunity to visit the dance classes, the ballet classes. They were watching video demonstrations and dancing, working out routines. I went through the shop which now prepares all of the scenery for all of the productions they do here. I had the opportunity to visit the area where a complete wardrobe area. They make all the wardrobe for all the productions they do here. This is a remarkable facility, and you should be proud if your child is a student here. There's one thing I did notice, the very tenor, the mood of the students on campus was, I think, what impressed me the most. They seemed to love what they're doing here. They were scurrying off to class. They were, you know, I'm reticent to say obedient, but they were taking care of business. It was really remarkable, because most high school campuses today, you know, it looks like Las Vegas did 40 years ago when the mob was in control. But it really is remarkable. I'm not saying it wasn't good when the mob was in control. Some of the old timers who lived here long enough remember that. That's all right. I'm going to introduce a couple people who are going to say a few words for you, and then we'll have the principal come out, who's done a magnificent job here. And I think I know why. He's a little bit strange. Principal Gary is a little bit strange, and I think he fits in with this program here. I don't think a regular kind of a B-flat principal would work here, because this is a very creative atmosphere. And I have never been so impressed with any educational facility in my life, and I'm really proud that this exists in Las Vegas here. The word magnet school is adequately applied, properly implied at this facility, and I only wish it were twice as big, and maybe everybody in the city could go here. And also, they wouldn't have to go year-round like they have to at many of the schools, and double sessions and everything. So first of all, thank all of you. I know some people were disappointed. We expected thousands of people to come out tonight, but knowing that you people had to, many of you had to cross Fremont Street to get here. They certainly named it right when they said the Fremont Street Experience, didn't they? I don't think we'll ever experience its completion. I drove here myself too, so I know just coming out anymore, it seems to be a big ordeal. And, I don't know if they have driver's education here, but if they do, I'll stop by a class and let them know that nothing that they're learning here will count. Seems to be the only city that has the prevailing rules that a red light means no more than 36 additional vehicles can go through the intersection. An amber-colored light means accelerate. And for the benefit of the tourists, if you're just visiting, it's no use explaining a green light, because you probably won't see one while you're here. And a stop sign does mean that you must come to a complete and full stop, but not then or there. So I think what the locals do is they just run them, and then once a year they park for 8 minutes. And it's the accumulative time, I think, that adds up. Anyway, thank you all for coming here. This is wonderful. I know many of you have children who are in this tonight's proceedings, but many of you don't too, and thank you very much for being there. Just one more thing, there is a list of events going on here at the school through the next year or semester, and it is out at the desk in the lobby that's called Friends. People will be out there, there's about 500 copies, and we know that you should pick one up so you'll know what's going on here in the event that you want to come back here at any other time, because it really is marvelous, the things they're doing. And now, speaking of Friends, I would like to invite out on stage a lady I've known for quite a number of years since we've been longtime residents of this great city. And I'd like her to come out and talk to you a little about exactly what we mean when we say friends here at Las Vegas High School. Here is Angie Wallen.
Good evening and welcome. We're just happy that so many of you came to join with us in this initial event to introduce what the Magnet School is. The academy here is just a wonderful facility. And the Friends was formed last year. We are really an awareness group to kind of get the community involved if you don't have a child here. We think there are some wonderful programs and some wonderful, wonderful events coming up that the community should be made aware of. So the purpose of the Friends is to heighten the awareness of the community and have you belong with us and get on our mailing list. And speaking of the mailing list, in your program, there should be a little blank card if you'd complete that and get on our mailing list. And then if you want to get involved a little more with us, that's great too. There's a group of citizens who came together and initially put the Friends together, and that's the steering committee, and some of them are the board of the Friends. They're wearing little boutonnieres and corsages this color. If you have any questions at intermission or at the dessert and coffee at the end of the evening, please feel free to ask them and speak to them. And in that light, they're sitting down here. If you all would just stand a moment so they can see you, because you really have been wonderful, and I'd like to thank you. So basically, if you're moved, and I hope you will be by what you see tonight, please become a friend and have another friend come and join with you and enjoy the activities and the programs that are offered at the Las Vegas Academy. Thank you.
Thank you, Angie. Now, to get our program underway, I would like to introduce to you the very distinguished man. I just met him about 5 minutes ago. He was in the parking lot stealing the hubcaps off a Jeep, so that'll give you some idea of his integrity. He's the principal of this great, I want to say experiment, but it's really working out. So I know he comes out here with a great deal of pride to talk about what's going on. Please welcome the principal of this great school, Mr. Bob Garrett.
Said distinguished and not extinguished. It's hard to believe that 2 years ago tonight we were in the midst of our first recruiting season. It seems like 200 years ago tonight since that time. But since that time, little did we know what we would have here. The wonderful, wonderful commitment and the wonderful dedication we have of students, parents, and faculty to putting together an effective school. The first year we had 700 kids. This year we opened with 1,100, and that's pretty much where we're going to stay through the future as we grow and improve each and every year. We've proven to the community, we've proven to the naysayers that a school like this can work and can be effective and can be a model for some of the very best education that Clark County has to offer, and may I say in the nation. This fall, when our test scores came back from the CBEST test our 11th graders took, our kids scored between 75 and 80th percentile, meaning that 80% of the students in the nation who are tested did worse than our kids do. And that despite our kids tend to test very average. I was informed by the people that do the standardized testing that we had some of the very highest test scores in the nation, and they wanted to know what our recipe was for that. I said we work them hard and we give them a lot of love, and I think that's the philosophy that we've tried to develop. As we move forth, there are some days that I don't have a whole lot of friends, but hopefully tonight I have a lot of friends here. And I would like to invite each and every one of you who are not already involved in the Academy program to learn more about it. As we put the school together, we ask people to share the vision and build the dream. Well, the dream has been built, but building never stops. Building is improvement. So this evening, as we go forward, I would ask that you join us in sharing the vision we have for education here and helping us to build the dream. And now, I'd like to introduce our International Studies students who are going to be giving you a welcome in the many different languages that are spoken at the Academy.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and...
I guess you have some idea of the amount of work goes into preparing for a program like this. I think it's remarkable. The teachers and the kids have really worked their tails off to put this together, and I know you appreciated it. At this point, we're going to take a break. It's going to be very short, 10 minutes, an intermission, allow you to leave, but I invite you, the results of the visual arts program, the wonderful portraits and pictures that the children and the students here painted are on view out there as you walk out of the theater.